What's up guys, Jordan here for Cinecom.net and welcome to the Creative Filmmaking channel. You're probably noticing that I'm not in the studio at the moment. Well, I'm actually in a hotel room because we are on vacation. A small vacation, just taking a few days off from work. Well, actually not, because we're still making some videos here. And today we have a special guest at the channel, which is Marina Bruno, and she has actually created tons of short films and also a feature film, and she has also got a YouTube channel where she shares all kinds of tips and tricks from her experience. And what we're going to do in this video here is highlight one of her videos where she shares 5 tips for beginners that want to start on a short film or feature film, and I kind of want to share my ideas on her tips. But let's first introduce Marina to you guys.
Hey everyone, Marina here. Jordy, thank you so much for having me on your channel. And just to introduce myself to you guys, I'm a filmmaker from Canada, and I've written and directed a bunch of short films and a feature film. And so I just wanted to share with you guys, I did a video talking about 5 tips for beginner filmmakers, and I sort of talk about my suggestions from experience, because with every short film I always learn something new, so I love teaching people, especially beginner filmmakers, what I learned going on set and sort of what problems to avoid when you're making a film and what to concentrate and focus your energy on. So yeah, thanks again for having me on this channel, and check out the video. And Jordy, I love your channel, so it's an honor to be on it.
Thank you very much, Marina, for being here at our channel. Now, in your video, in your first tip, you were talking about that a filmmaker should always be prepared.
Tip number 1 for beginner filmmakers: be prepared for the worst, but hope for the best.
That you kind of need a backup plan, a plan B. Now, we also do that definitely if we are going to shoot outside and there's a chance that it's going to rain. What we then do is plan in the production day, but also plan in multiple 2, sometimes even 3 option dates. Definitely if we are going to work with a bigger crew, with multiple actors and such, that those people already have planned in the optional dates as well in their agenda. So that when it's going to rain outside, then we still have those backup dates. In your second tip, you're talking about that you have to be prepared with all the props and the materials and the costumes, etc.
It is so important that your pre-production is fully accomplished before you start any kind of filming.
That is very important, that you're not on the set and that you forgot a certain muck that you specifically need for that scene. Well, here's something that we do. We are always writing a scenario that contains all of that information. So a very detailed description of each scene. For example, it's an empty room at night. There's this blue moonlight coming through the windows, and there's this kind of fog over the floor. Then a woman around 25 years old, blonde hair, pretty tall, walks into that room, and she's wearing this red dress. So now you have this very detailed document and everyone knows exactly what to do. The lighting department knows which kind of lights that they need for that moonlight. The costume people know that they need this red dress. The casting people know that they're going to have to look for a woman around 25 years old, tall, blonde hair, etc. Make it as detailed as possible so that all of that information sits within your story, so that you can just then have that one document that everyone understands and everyone can take their information from. The production can take out their information, the DP can take out their information, what they need for their shots. The grip knows hey, I'm going to need this material and such to hang up certain lights or to build something. So that's very important that you do that. Alright guys, we've got 3 more tips coming from Marina, but we're going to take a very quick break to thank the sponsor of this video. When looking for songs to use in your video, you often can't find the perfect one. Storyblocks offers a solution with music loops. These are short instrumental pieces which you can use to make your own custom tracks. This option comes with some more work, but you have all the freedom to make it the perfect track for your video. Visit videoblocks.com, more information in the description below. Welcome back, folks. In tip number 3, Marina explains that your scenario should be completely done before you start in the production, so don't start with a half-baked script or something.
If your story and script aren't ready, then it's simple, your movie will be incomplete. The script is the most important part because it's literally the transcript of your movie.
A great tip that I can give you here as well to make sure that your scenario is done is that you first do a rehearsal shooting. Bring your actors together, perhaps some lighting that you could test out, and perhaps just shoot on your smartphone. Do a very quick rehearsal editing and just see how the shots match together. And you can learn from that and perhaps adjust your scenario on that quick rehearsal. And tip number 4 from Marina is that you don't have to freak out on the set if anything goes wrong. Just learn from those mistakes.
You need to understand that this is your first short film, and chances are it's not going to be 100% perfect. And that's totally fine because you're only starting to learn your own artistic vision and learning about technical skills.
Now, some tip that I can give you here is, like, sometimes we would come up with an idea that requires a dolly or a crane or anything like that. And while setting it up, we were noticing that we were losing a lot of time. Now, you could keep continuing to build everything up and just lose a lot more time, but you can also try to avoid having a bigger problem and just say, stop. We're going to stop setting everything up. It's just too complex. We're going to simplify it and perhaps just do a slider shot or even just a tripod shot. And it could save you a lot of problem for the next shots that will come on that day. And tip number 5 from Marina is that you have to stand with both feet on the ground.
Don't dwell so much on the success of your first short film, but instead learn from it and then start concentrating and focusing all your energy on your next.
Don't dream too much about your first production that is going to be like a huge success. Like, don't throw too much money on that. But let's first see how it goes with the first public that you can reach over YouTube or over Facebook. Make a lot of productions and just get some experience first. Something that I do very often is just look back at my old productions. Sometimes those are productions that I thought at that time were amazing, and when I look back at them now, they are not so amazing anymore, actually. But some productions that I made like a couple of years back, well, actually still do like them. And then I would look at the things that made that production so great. I was going through this phase once where I was experimenting very much with a slider and a crane and such, very experimental shots. But then I was looking back at an older production that was still pretty cool today, and I noticed I was actually making a lot of simple shots. So I was kind of learning from that. I was like being a little bit too experimental sometimes, and I learned from that old video, which was still great today, that sometimes you just have to make simple shots. Those work awesome as well.
Alright guys, so thank you so much for watching. My name is Marina Bruno, and if you want to check me out, you could check out my main YouTube channel where you can find all of my short films and my feature film. And also you could check out my personal channel where I do vlogs and sort of behind the scenes videos where I talk about filmmaking and much, much more. So, and also be sure to follow me on Instagram. It's Marina Bruno Films. And yeah, so keep filming everyone and have fun.